right, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rallied around the word and truth and sincerity. And shalom to you believers out there, the Akim Wa Akwa. And yeah, I'm outside doing a little walk and talk. You know, I had something on my mind that's really been on my mind for a little while. You know, I'm outside of work really. And you see the video I got put up here. This is After Hours with Anton. And you see the video, it say, forget the hood, it did nothing for me. All right. Forget the hood, it did nothing for me. Now you have a panel of guests. Anton is the dude in the upper right corner with the blue hat on. All right. I believe he's from Detroit, just like me. But you see Anton, he in the bottom too, black dude with the bald head. And the guy in the middle with the glasses on, all right, he mainly was talking about how, you know, growing up in the hood, it was some BS. Now you have the guy right here on the bottom left with the black hat on, all right, and he basically like, shit, I love growing up in the hood. And these two guys kind of, the guy that's in the middle and the guy at the bottom left, they kind of get into a little, you know, war of words. They get into a debate about growing up in the hood. So basically the guy on the bottom left, and I'm going to do a video on this, Lord will. It's right before work, but I wanted to touch on this because I've been thinking about this period. And this video popped up on my feed. And about the hood and about nigga culture. Black culture, so-called black culture. All right, it's trash. And I'm just so over niggas. You know, I just been feeling that way, you know. Living where I stay, you know, in the city. In the hood, basically. You know, I stay in a townhouse. All right. But you have your neighbors that's next door. Because basically I got the up and down stairs. And me and a girl was having a conversation yesterday at work. And she was talking about her place, how niggas, you be, you know, inconsiderate. And sometimes my neighbors, they get like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I wouldn't say it's daily, but it can get like that. And it's a whole bunch going on because you have next door to me, women. You have the mother, her two sons, and the grandmother. All right? And we know how that go when you have a household, you know, with these women. Hey, how you doing? When you have a household with these women raising these boys, and there's no man around, it's no, you know, the boys is not getting taught nothing. But that's a whole nother subject. I'm just over nigga culture, and excuse my rant, I'm gonna get some scriptures. But I'm pretty sure you brothers and sisters go through the same thing about how we was raised, man. In the hood, like, you know, like Anton was saying, he was like, that shit was trash. And one thing I noticed about watching this video, the dude in the bottom left that was so, you know, for the hood, well, him and his family right now, his kids, is not in the hood. All right. And he said his son 10 months, and he was talking to his son, you know, and he was telling him where we at right now, this is the floor for you, and you gonna take it and go above. So I wish I was on the panel, because I would have asked him, like, well, if the hood's so great, why wouldn't you take your son and your, you know, and raise them in the hood, send them to a public school? Because my man in the middle, he was talking about how it was trash. Anton was saying it. Mainly everybody was saying it except the dude in the lower left corner with the black hat on. All right. And we all, you know, majority of us come from the hood. All right. And we know, because this word, and I'm going to get to the scripts, but we know how that shit was, you know, like he said, niggas still got PSD from that. A lot of people have been killed, destroyed. I mean, look at the conditions of our women. And really, that shit is degenerate. Because when you look up the word, matter of fact, Slacky, when you look up the word degenerate, all right, when you look up the word degenerate, what do it say? It says having declined or become less specialized as in nature, character, structure, or function from an ancestral or formal state, right? When you think about even our grandparents, all right, in their generation, we have our communities have been degenerized. I don't even know if that's a word, but it has become less, I'll say. It has declined in character, structure, and function, man. All right, yeah. Niggas able to get bags. All right. Niggas, the so-called black woman is able to probably produce a higher bag than she did back in 40s and the 50s. But her character has declined. All right. Look at women and men, our great grandparents, how they dressed, how they act. It wasn't a nigga with pants sagging in the 1970s. So think about the 60s, the 50s, and the 40s. All right, our grandparents or great grandparents had to go through the Jim Crow era, and they had better attitude. They had a better, a better character about themselves. I can't think of the word I'm really looking for, but they and then see, it says declined in structure and function. These households in the hood, as we know it, they're what? Dysfunctional. All right? Dysfunctional. You have a mom, she raising all these kids. She might be working all these hours. So the kids are left up to the TV. They left up to the guys in the neighborhood. And that's how, a lot of this degeneracy. Because when you go into the word metastasize, it goes to basically the spreading from the original source of cancer. Let me see, metastasize. So see, to spread or grow by or as if by, all right. See, died of lung cancer, which had metastasized throughout the body. So you can have a child down the street who his parents raised him to be a gangbanger. You raising your kid to go to school, go to college, but somehow your kid ends up following that kid because, like it was made mention in this video, that we celebrated the degenerate culture. We celebrated the nigga who was the class clown, who skipped school, smoking weed, gangbanging. But if you made A's, B's, you was called what? A nerd, a lame. And that's why even to this day, the girls, they say, oh, we don't want a 9-to-5 nigga. We want what? A scammer, a drug dealer, things of that nature. See? And this is where we was raised. And it's degenerate, man. It's getting worse and worse, man. It's getting worse and worse. And I'm so over niggas. I'm over all these pants sagging, crock wearing, dread head niggas with these masks on and just don't know how to speak. All right. Don't know how to conduct themselves. All right. You walk out, you gotta see a grown man draw underwear. You catch a flash because he's sagging. He might have walked in front of you. Nigga 50 still sagging. Nigga 50 still gang banging. I'm at work. Somebody come in talking about that's on the hood and he 50. All right. Stuff like that. All right. He was a customer coming in where I work. And, we're having a conversation. And then he like, yeah, that's on the hood. And he had to be like in his mid 40s to 50. And I'm thinking like, damn, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You sound like somebody in LA that's in a gang. But this all stems from what? Black culture. All right. Nigga culture. And now again, going back to me and the girl, we was having a conversation and she was over the shit. She like, the household has all these kids and they do what they want because when they leave them there. Dysfunctional households things metastasize from the hood. Again, your kid could be raised, you can instill things in your kid, and somehow your kid can end up a bad seed because why? The original source down the street then spread it. Now they go to school, okay? They go to school with all these degenerate kids, and these degenerate kids is getting celebrated. And so now your kid wanna fall into the category of being cool. And we all been there, all right? We all been there. But one thing, now let's get to these scripts, because when you go to, I want to start off with Proverbs chapter 1, all right? See, Proverbs chapter 1, it says what? The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, right? And we know Solomon, basically in the reincarnation was Yahweh Shai, if you can receive that. That's another lesson for another day. But Solomon, he was what? Known for his wisdom, just like David, all right? See? And Solomon, okay, he has what? The book, the book of wisdom of Solomon in Apocrypha. But when you go into Proverbs, Ecclesiasticus, well, I should say Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, things of that nature, is a book of wisdom, all right? So verse 2, it says, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, all right? And the reason I'm getting this scripture is because since coming into this knowledge, all of us can admit that it turned up that level of irritation being around niggas. All right. You don't want to be around niggas. Even if you was like that already, coming into this knowledge, guess what? It turned up that notch of irritation. Why is that? Verse 4, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. Right. So we have been given this knowledge. We have been given, all right, understanding. We have received instruction of wisdom, man. So basically it changes your mind. It changes your outlook on things. Now, when you go into simple, when you go into simple, it goes into what? Naivety. All right. Simple, foolish. Now let's look at this root word. All right. It says to be simple, entice, deceive, persuade, right? And living in the so-called hood, or living in the hood, all right, you will be what? Enticed to do things that you shouldn't be doing. You will be deceived, all right? And it all stems from Esau Edom and his enchantments. Because if you look at, again, when you look at how we was moving, even in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, under all of that, oppression that we was receiving from the white man, well, our people were still moving with class and dignity. All right, we was getting married. Our marriage rate was higher. All right, the man was basically still head of the household. The woman was way more in order. She didn't come out with coochie cutters on. You wasn't gonna see a woman just sitting down, rolling a blunt, sitting at the bus stop smoking a blunt like you might do now. You know what I'm saying? Even being masculine, man. I mean, women was more feminine. My grandmother, she used to plant flowers. She loved flowers, and she wasn't thinking about basketball and doing all the things that these girls do now. You know, they want to hoop, they want to rap, they want to do all that. And I mean, whatever. But my grandma, when the basketball game was on, to her, that was like men things. She wasn't dealing with that. She knew how to plant flowers, grow flowers, bring them back to life. She was too busy cooking, tending to her family, tending to her household to be dealing with, all right, I'm about to go hoop, or I'm about to write this rap song. No. All right. And we all was raised in these conditions, and we was enchanted and deceived. And when you look, you see gullible, right? But see, this word, it makes you less less and less enchanting.
Holidays, right? And
Less
it's like
color.
I'm dying by the end. I mean,
Yeah, excuse me. Some people was walking past, but it makes you less enchanted. It makes you less simple. All right. This word clean you up. As a matter of fact, let me go to what's that? Let's go here. What's that? 2 Corinthians. All right. 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17, it says, therefore, if any man be in a Mashiach, he is a new creature, right? This word clean you up. It make you a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. And we have a total new outlook. We have a new outlook of what we want. We have a new outlook on things that we really want to be around. We have a new outlook at on our what we eat. We have a new outlook on even the way we dress, carry ourselves. That's what this word does. All right. We have a new outlook on everything. All right. Them old things, wanting to be a rapper, wanting to be a celebrity, wanting to be, the richest nigga ever, whatever. Because that's some of the aspirations that I had. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to, rap. I wanted to get into the fashion, into the entertainment. Well, that shit is passed away because I'm good. Because if you get into that world, that's what you gonna have to do. You gonna have to, for men, you gonna have to give up your manhood to Esau. You gonna have to give up your manhood. You gonna have to sell your soul. It's a wrap. All right. I'm content with what I got. I got a home. I work. I got food. I got clothing. All right. I'm content. There's no more, I just need the Benz. I need the Bentley. All right. We got a whole kingdom coming. See? That's a new outlook. Men want the kingdom, and women want to be under the men that's going to be in authority. Women didn't have that outlook. Women, you sisters that's in the truth, your outlook was probably, in the past, like, I want me a thug nigga. No. Now you looking like, no, I want a man that's going to be in rulership, who's going to partake in the kingdom. You probably have aspirations of getting a husband in the 144K. Whereas 3 years ago, you might have just wanted, some Pookie and Ray Ray nigga that control the block. If that. See? So you got a whole new outlook on things. But if you talk to a regular Jake or a Jake woman, they gonna have them old aspirations that you had, and you gonna be looking at them like what? They simple as hell. That's why I got Proverbs 1. Because what? To give subtlety to the simple. All right? To give knowledge, wisdom, understanding. That's what this word is giving us. Again. All right? Because when you go to, let's go here to Jeremiah. Finna wrap it up in a minute. What's that? Jeremiah 2:21. It says what? Yeah, I had planted thee a noble vine. See, we was always supposed to be planted that noble vine. And when you get into degeneracy, as it's going to say later on in the scripture, because let me hold this. All right, let me hold this and go here to Isaiah 5, right? Now, Isaiah 5:1, it says what? I planted thee a noble seed. The Yahweh Bashem Yahushua planted us to be nobility. All right, but look at our condition. Look at our condition in the hood, man. Isaiah 5:1. Now will I sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved have a vineyard in a very fruitful hill. Yeah. All right. And this is going into Israel. This is going into Israel. All right. Verse 2. It says he fenced it and gathered it out the stones thereof. Yeah, because when you have a garden, okay, you get the stones out. And getting them stones out, it basically help with, it basically don't have no way to hinder the growth of what you're planting. And planted it with the choicest vines and built a tower in the midst of it. Yeah, he gave us prophets. All right. And what was the prophets to do? To give the warning, to give the guidance. All right. So he built a tower in the midst of it and also made a wine press therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. See? And that's what the hood brings out. Wild grapes. Even though we was planned to be noble, back then it brought forth wild grapes. That's why all the way up till today, we have nigga culture. All right, due to disobedience. Because we've been in many captivities. All right. What? The scripture tell us, learn not the way of the heathen. We always been around these heathens, so we always learn they messed up ways, and they always what? Enchanted us, enticed us, all right, persuaded us. That's why we simple. That's why, that's why hood nigga culture is simple. All right. But going back to Jeremiah 2, it says what? Yet I have planted thee a noble vine. See? Again, he was looking for those good grapes. But what? It was wild grapes, man. Holy or right seed, how then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me. See? And this is what, when you go to the hood, you gonna see wild ass grapes, wild ass niggas. All right? Niggas on the corner. Niggas ain't doing, niggas ain't doing shit. Just talking smack. All right? You gonna see Keisha out there, half-ass naked. This is those wild grapes, man. But we was planted to be a people of nobility. But when we got away from the laws, which when you go into what's that, Deuteronomy 4, it tell us that the laws was given to us, all right? And this was going to be our wisdom in the sight of the other nations. But all that was took. All that was took from us. And now we got black culture. Let's look up culture. Let's look up culture. When you look up culture, it says what? The customary beliefs, social forms, and material traits of a racial, religious, or social group. See? The characteristic features of everyday existence. When you go down to B, it says the set or shared attitude, values, goals, and practices that characterize an institution or organization. Right. And when you go to the hood, that's why the niggas, Pookie and Ray Ray, they celebrate it. And that's why the girls who in the hood, they like hood niggas. They like that type of nigga. And that's why when you are educated according to Esau's world, when you're employed and you make money, you have to do what? You have to move out of the hood. Why is that? Because when you make money, all right, and let's say because a lot of niggas make money. You still got niggas that make money, all right? But even niggas that make money, what do? They move out the hood. Because even a nigga know that the hood ain't shit. All right? That's why you ain't going to see Glorilla. She not going to move back to Memphis where she was born and raised because she knows she can't do that. You're not going to see Jay-Z in Brooklyn. You're not going to see Birdman or Lil Wayne move back to, even though I think they like projects tore down. I could be mistaken, but it's other places in the hood where he can stay. Like, well, shit, because like my man was talking about how the hood taught him so much. Well, my thing is, if the hood taught you so much, why you ain't gonna take your money and move in the hood and let your son learn the things that you learn? Why? Because it's all bullshit. And that's why the Lord called us a hypocritical nation. Because at the same time, he want to talk about how good the hood is, but he moved his ass out of that motherfucker. Excuse my language. See? But when you go to culture, going back to my point, when you go back to culture, all right, it's these beliefs and social forms, all right, it's the traits. You see traits, what? Killing, robbing, jacking, stealing, dealing. Thought culture, that's celebrated in the hood. And because look, I was, dating this African chick, right? And if you go into her community where she was raised at, they don't know who Glorilla, they don't know who all of these rappers are. They don't know them because I asked her on purpose. They know Beyonce because Beyonce is international, but they don't know Cardi B. They don't listen to that shit. They don't celebrate that. All the women in her community, they're covered up. All right? They was covered up. You didn't see girls walking around with their titties out, their ass out. All right? She didn't listen to rap. She told me she didn't like rap. See? And that was in their culture. That was how she was raised. That was their customary beliefs that women should be covered up. See? So that's why, hey, that shit's some bullshit, man. But this basically gonna be part one because I wanna play the video for you brothers and sisters. And then I'm gonna pull some of these scripts. All right. And I'm probably gonna have some more. I was thinking about how in Isaiah 10, right? When you go to Isaiah 10 and what is that? Isaiah 10 and 20. It say what? You see, a remnant will return. And that remnant, they don't want to deal with nigga culture. Even if you stay in the hood, you get vexed. You get vexed like Job. All right? See? With that filthy conversation, man. So Isaiah 10 and 20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth, man. All right, we not leaning on Esau enchantments, man, because Esau played a major, major role in why you do have nigga culture. He was part of that source of the cancer. Because niggas can rap, niggas can do all what they do, but see, he put that shit on the radio. He put that shit on TV. He put that shit on magazines. He put them people on tour buses. And that's how that cancer spread. That's why you can go somewhere else and you can go to another country and they doing the same thing you doing and well, not what you doing, but the same things that we was born and raised in, they doing that shit somewhere in Australia or wherever. You know, you like, where these Chinese rappers come from? Because Esau, he's a part of that, how it metastasized. Because Jake didn't have the means to do that. Jake was just doing something in their community. But he was able to take that, make money, and spread that shit. So now you can go somewhere in Japan and you could probably see a nigga with his pants sagging. Which basically might be more than likely an Israelite foreigner. All right? But at the same time, Esau was a major, major influence. And he's a part of that source. That cancer. All right? But see, we depending on Yahweh Shem Yahushua in his truth, man, and his wisdom and his knowledge. And again, because again, like I said, I'm so over niggas, man. I'm not over Israelites. All right? Quote unquote, so-called black people. No, because you do have so-called black people that act civilized. All right? But niggas, pants sagging, always music, loud music playing, no consideration. Niggas, man. Niggas, you gotta watch your back. You don't know what they up to. Even the females. Loud talking, nappy head, red weave wearing chicks, man. That shit is getting played. That shit is played out. It's played out. And this word play a big part on us looking at it like, man, this shit whack. And that's what they said in this video. Anton was like, man, that shit was trash, bro. That shit was trash. We was not supposed to be raised like this. All right? And he was talking about how he went to a private school for 2 years and it gave him a different outlook. Right? Because getting out of that environment, it gives you a new outlook. You can be in your hood and then you could take a trip somewhere else that's clean and it just make you be like, damn, I don't even want to go back there. See? And that's how we, this word is giving us a way bigger outlook, knowing that we got a whole kingdom to look forward to. All right. And this is a part of what make it say wisdom, roughly paraphrasing the scripture, tell you surely wisdom make surely make, I don't want to butcher it now, man. Yup, Ecclesiastes 7:7. All right. Again, Solomon. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. Yeah, surely oppression. This being under this oppression, gotta be around all of this black culture type shit. We gotta endure this shit. It make you mad because you know that we shouldn't even be in this position. We should, because we was disobedient, but realistically, the Lord planted us what? A noble vine. We should have been rulers, man. And we know we got rulership coming. And so we like, damn, I can't wait till this shit over with, man. That's a part of that oppression. Got to deal with niggas. It's not just Esau, even though, again, he's to blame as well. But niggas, being around niggas just vex you. I know it vexed me. That shit is played, man. That shit is played, and that shit been on my mind. Excuse my language. It been on my mind for some time. I wanted to do a lesson on it, but watching this video right here just really sparked it. I'm like, oh yeah. And I feel like the Spirit gave it to me because it's really just been on my mind. But this guy in the middle, he was speaking some facts, man. And then you had the guy on the lower left corner. He talking about how much he love the hood, but meanwhile he don't stay there. He said out his own mind, no, I'd never take my kid to live in the hood. Well, it must have been not that good, because anywhere that teaches you all of this, giving you this great infinite wisdom, it teaches you good things, and it's so good. I would take my child there to learn. I would go back and stay there if it was that good. See, that's the hypocrisy. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to share this with you, brothers and sisters, that Lord willing, later on when I get off work, I'll be able to do the part 2 on this lesson, more in depth. So Lord willing, this is edifying to the next lesson. Shalom.